with the...
Good morning, Chair.
Morning.
No, we are in, Chairperson.
Minister Sekona.
We can start the meeting, Chair.
Thank you very much, honorable members. Let me take this opportunity to greet all the members in the meeting, especially the members of the Select Committee on Public Enterprises and Communications. We also wish to welcome the SABC delegation. I was hoping that there was going to be an indication if the ministry is represented here, either by someone assigned by the minister or minister's office to be with us here, or someone from the Department of Digital and Communications and Digital Technologies. That being said, I want to say the meeting is now duly opened and you are all welcomed. And the agenda was circulated to the members because the main thrust of this meeting is to get a presentation from SABC, which I think uppermost on the agenda would be just the overall report, which should include a handover report amongst other things, and how the SABC has performed in the current financial year, including the last one. I now want to check with the Secretariat if we have any
recording in progress
before we zoom into the main item on the agenda.
Thank you, Chair. I have an apology for Honorable Smith and Honorable Abustachni, as well as the apology of the Honorable Minister and the Deputy Minister. Thank you.
Are there any further apologies? My take is that this meeting, anyway, given the fact that we have some apologies from some members, is that we're not going to be considering any matters related to minutes and so on. So we don't necessarily need a quorum per se. However, I think the majority of members are here to give effect to meeting that is a proper sitting of the committee.
Chairperson, can I raise on a point of order?
Is that Honorable Nana?
It's Mlindi Nana, yes.
Yes, Honorable Nana.
Chairperson, I honestly do not know for how many times must we raise this issue. You yourself, you are tiptoeing on the issue of the minister or somebody representing the ministry, whether present or not. And I think procedurally, we have done the right thing. If eventually we have done the right thing to ask for apologies. And you know as well as I do that it is inappropriate. We have raised this in this committee all over and all over again. That there is no way we can have a state-owned entity appearing before us without the minister or her deputy. This has been the case. This has been the case with public enterprises, and you handled that. We asked you to handle the matter with Minister Godan, and we can't be talking on the same issue all over again, Chairperson. I want to propose that we adjourn this meeting until either the minister or the deputy is available. Thanks, Chairperson.
Honorable Nana, no, thank you for that input. I understand your concern. And the unfortunate thing is that the term of office of the current board of the SABC is in effect coming to an end this month. And therefore, it may not necessarily help our work as a committee to postpone at this juncture. However, I do understand the sincerity of the matter that you are raising, but I would appeal that to say the meeting must be postponed would affect us adversely because we cannot afford to lose an opportunity to get such a very important report of the SABC at this juncture when the current leadership of the board is about to exit. There may not be an opportunity for them to get a chance to present to us what they had done in the last 5 years. And by the time we may have to reconvene, it could be very late and we may be interfacing with a new board completely. So I want to appeal to the members that I will attend to this matter with the minister in the same way I had made a constructive engagement with another minister which reports to us, which is public enterprises. I think let's give this meeting a chance to hear SABC. And you will recall that for me, having assumed the responsibility of chairing this is my first opportunity together with maybe some of the members that we are going to have an opportunity to engage with the SABC directly. So this is my appeal to the members to allow this meeting to proceed. And you will recall that the minister had in actual fact confirmed at a time when we had convened this meeting before we went on recess. And she was to come to this meeting. But it was us as members, due to other conflict in our diaries with other areas of our responsibility, wherein we serve as members of other committees, that we were compelled to postpone this meeting to this date. And so I think it could be that it's as a result of us having postponed this meeting with SABC at least twice for this day. So I want to really appeal, Honorable Anna, that I take into account what you are saying, but let's allow this meeting to proceed as scheduled. Thank you.
Chair,
No, hold on. Yeah. I have a hand that has been raised by Uma Mungwenya, and there's another hand by Honorable Mukause. Do you also, honorable members, want to talk on this issue? Mamungwenya.
Thanks, Chair, and good morning. Chair, before you become a chairperson of this committee, minister and deputy minister, they are not respecting this committee. I heard what you are saying, but we feel as members of this committee that we have been undermined, it's enough. I understand what you are explaining to us, but I think that the minister and the deputy minister also, they must respect this committee, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Mamungwenya. I hear you quite loud and clear. Let me now give the opportunity to Honorable Mukause. Honorable Mukause, the floor is yours.
I'm here, Chair.
Go ahead, Honorable Member.
Greetings to you, Chairperson of the Select Committee, and also let me greet my colleagues in the Select Committee. Chairperson, I heard what you said, but let me be honest. The manner in which you would want us to carry on in the Select Committee, it's not constitutional and it's not in line with the rules of the Select Committee. We cannot have a presentation of the board, the most highest structure in an entity, presenting here without the political heads. Both the minister and the deputy minister who tendered an apology. I align myself with the view that we need to adjourn this meeting, find the political heads to come and account to this Select Committee. Chairperson, let me also address you on this matter. It is not the other way around. These ministers account to us. We don't account to them. We don't have to beg them to come and speak to us. It's their constitutional obligation to come and account to the Select Committee. For a longest period, we are battling with political heads to come and account to us. And we have seen it happening that chairpersons of select committees, they just brush off our concerns. They just protect their own deployees from their own party. I'm going to align myself with that proposal that we adjourn. We find the political heads to come and be with us in this meeting. An excuse that you are giving that the board is about to exit, it's not an excuse. They must still also, equally so like the political heads, must account to us as the Select Committee. So they must find time within their schedules and come back here and account to us, Chairperson. Let us adjourn and find them to come and account to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mkause. I will now give an opportunity to Honorable Modise. Honorable Modise, you are recognized.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson, and let me greet my colleagues and you also, Chairperson. Chair, I don't agree with the proposal from our member. Yes, it's correct. The honorable ministers are supposed to be in the meeting, but unfortunately, Chairperson, you know, when you call the meeting around this time in the morning, the minister is in the cabinet meeting. And then also the deputy minister used to come to our meeting. I don't know why members are saying the deputy and minister were not respecting this committee. The minister, deputy minister, because the day of our meeting is Wednesday, where the cabinet is sitting. So the deputy minister used to be there in the meeting. So I'll request honorable members to allow this meeting to continue. As the chairperson has already alluded to say, this is the last time we meet with this current board. We want to know what was happening during their tenure, so that tomorrow we must not point fingers to them to say, during their time, they did this and they didn't do this. Please, honorable members, let's continue. The deputy minister put an apology because he's committed somewhere. Honorable Chair, thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Modise. I will now give an opportunity to Honorable De Bruin. Honorable De Bruin, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. And Chair, if that is the case, or if that is the reason why the minister cannot join this or ever join this meeting, is because he's on Wednesday mornings in cabinet, then we must reschedule this meeting on another day, on another time. I strongly agree with the other members. Ever since I'm in this committee, There was never one instance where a minister was present in this meeting. There was always excuses. And I really feel we must make an example of this, and we must stop this here and set the line in the sand. Thank you.
Honorable members, I see that we have two motions now before me. There are members who are asking for us to postpone this meeting, and there are members who feel that the meeting should still continue. Now, secondly, the other matter which I hear clearly is the fact that the ministers account to us, which we all know. And I wondered if we cannot separate between the two, the fact that we are going to lose an opportunity, specifically when it comes to one entity amongst a list of entities that account to us via the ministry. And this one in particular is on the verge of concluding its mandate, particularly the board that has been tasked to lead this very important instrument of social transformation in South Africa, the SABC, as a public broadcaster, that we may lose an opportunity to hear directly from the board that we had appointed almost 5 years ago to give us an account. That's one part of what we are talking about. The second one is that, which I've already alluded to, of the ministers on time to time coming here, leading these entities. So I'm saying that why can't we say, given the context that the SABC is about to conclude its tenure, the board, to give it this opportunity to do that, and in the same breath, allow me to then take the issue, which is genuine, which is reasonable, which makes sense also to me, that if the ministers keep on skipping our meetings as a select committee, that I take that matter to them. But I don't think it would be progressive to couple that with us entertaining this report from the SABC. But if you do insist, then I will be left with no other option but to do like you say. But I'm making a humble plea to you, honorable members. The CEO of the SABC is here, and together with his team. So I thought it would be in our favor to hear directly from the CEO together with the board to give us this account. But if you do insist indeed, as the chairperson, I have to take a ruling which is based on the expression which is espoused by the majority of the members who are currently present in this meeting. Can we proceed, honorable members, or are you insisting?
Chairperson.
Yes, Honorable Nana.
Thanks, Twanin. Chair, I may have used an incorrect English word by saying postpone. But Honorable Makausa, if you had listened to her, mentioned adjourn. The problem with our discussion now, you kind of think that we want to move this meeting to another day. The reality is that we have come prepared for the SABC. We want to engage with the outgoing board of the SABC and wish them luck in their future endeavors. But the reality of the situation is that we cannot continue without the political heads. We'll be asking questions that would be directed to the minister or the deputy minister, the politicians. And I mean, the board will not be in a position to respond. Chair, I don't see any harm in adjourning the meeting. You go find either the minister or the deputy minister. You tell them that we can't proceed with one of you being in attendance. You reconvene us. Now it's 10:25. You reconvene us at 11. Thank you, Chair.
No, Honorable Nana. logistically, your suggestion is not going to be feasible. You know, we all know that Wednesdays are cabinet days. It wouldn't be feasible and possible for me to pull out the minister in a meeting of the cabinet. And also, I think it's semantics, Honorable Nana. You sponsored the view that we must postpone. And there were people who then supported you and used different, verbs. So I don't think that there is a possibility for us to say we are adjourning momentarily, because it's not up to me to ensure then that within the next hour or two.
Fine. They usually just
Chair, my hand is up.
okay.
Chairperson.
And my hands is up, Chair.
Over the past 5 years, and we have been eager. And you will recall that after this recess, wherein we went to our constituencies, we had placed this meeting as a priority for that reason, so that we don't miss this opportunity. Now, if we are going to, take a chance and say that let's adjourn it or postpone it, we may lose this for good. And the reality of the situation is that if we lose this, we cannot replace it. We will just be hearing from a new board, which would only be starting next month in November. I really therefore that on the basis of that reality before us, which is very radical, it's a radical reality that confronts us at this juncture, that colleagues, let's address the concern. And through my office, I will ensure that I seek an audience with the minister ASAP. And I guarantee you, in the same manner I did when you raised the matter with the Minister of Public Enterprises, and I took your resolution, executed it and implemented it, and ensured that the ministry does exactly what you had demanded. Your demand is actually your right, members, that these ministers account to us. And therefore, I am not here as a bodyguard of any minister. I know my role, that it is equally the role that you exercise of oversight over the ministries. And therefore, please don't even make any kind of suggestion that I may be a stumbling block from them coming here. Actually, when I assumed this responsibility, I had an interaction with the minister. And I said, Minister, it's important that what needs to happen happens at a time that needs to be done. And therefore, I have already engaged the minister, but I never got a report that says that they never appeared here prior to me assuming this responsibility. So I can assure you, I give you my utmost assurance that I will engage the minister, robustly so, and take the matters that you are raising to her. If you may allow me just to conclude. So therefore, my appeal is that let's rather go ahead with the meeting. But I'm not dictating to you. If you feel strongly that we may lose this only opportunity, this window of opportunity to hear from the outgoing board, then who am I to be opposed to you in your majority if that's your view? Let me recognize the honorable member on the
Chairperson.
Honorable Mgausi, yes. I'll give you the floor.
I was listening to your contribution relating to the issue on the table. Chairperson, the reality is that you cannot be a chairperson of the select committee and be a spokesperson of the minister and be a spokesperson of the board of the SABC. You cannot assume those roles single-handedly, chairperson. You can't. You are making a contribution as if now you know something that we as members of the select committee do not know. It was within your right and your constitutional right as a chairperson of the select committee, when you know that this time of the morning, the minister together with the deputy minister are sitting in a cabinet meeting to suggest to us as members of the select committee and say, let us reschedule to another time. I'm not saying date, to another time of the day, so that we get an audience from the minister and the deputy minister when the board comes here and present. Chairperson, it is incorrect for you to say that a meeting of this nature can continue without the presence of the political heads of this department. It is extremely incorrect, and you are going to take us along as you take wrong decisions, unconstitutional decisions here in this committee. And some of us, our political parties, will not allow us to be in this train with you if you are going to continue taking wrong decisions like this. I'm of the view that this board accounts to us. And if we give them a date of a special meeting, they must come back here with their political heads here and account to the select committee. The issue that you are raising of logistics, you have a back office in your office, Chairperson. So there is absolutely no excuse. It's their job to do the administrative stuff for us, to sit in a platform like this. So don't speak for everybody, Chairperson. Be a chairperson of the select committee. Don't speak for your party. Don't speak for the political heads who are deployed by your party. We want to participate here as the EFF, but we can't be party to wrong things that we see happening in the select committee. Thank you.
Honorable Mukausi, I hear you, but some of the statements that you are making are totally out of order. I will not venture into responding to them and the allegations that you are making. I'm really taking a very balanced view here in chairing the meeting. However, I see that we have other members with their hands raised. I will now recognize Honorable Andrew Arnolds. Honorable Arnolds, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairperson, and greetings to all the members and then all the officials. Chairperson, yes, my view on this is also as a long-standing member here of the committee, and I don't know, we don't need to be in a hurry with this meeting without the political bullet. And let me also say we're not going to lose anything here, but it doesn't make any sense if you have a board that is here, but the political principal or the minister responsible for appointing a board or the boards is not here. It doesn't make sense. And my take on this is, I think we need to convene this meeting after the meeting that is now convened by the cabinet. So we won't lose anything when we just move the meeting after the cabinet meeting, because one of the ministers here, the deputy minister or the minister, they must be here. We insist that the minister or the deputy minister, they must be in attendance here. And we can't continue with the meeting without them. Thank you, Chairperson.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Arnolds. You are on the side of the insistence that we reschedule the meeting. Let me hear from Umama Ungwenya once again. Honorable Ungwenya.
Thanks very much, Chair. Chair ngokukhulu ukuzithoba for the unity of this selecting committee. My view, Chair, is that let us postpone this meeting. As I said in the beginning, that this is the habit of the minister not to come to select a committee. So, Chair, I don't want to talk Iwolololo. All I'm asking, Chairperson, for the unity of this select committee, siyawezwa isaziva izimvo zakho, but it will be proper for you, Chair, ukuthi uzamile, and our views, Chair, are the one that makes you to postpone the meetings, not you as Chairperson, but it's us as a members of select a committee. Thanks you, Chair.
Okay, no, thank you very much. Honorable members, it is quite very clear that the view of the majority of the members is that this meeting should be postponed, and the political heads must come and lead the delegation. Let me place on record that the term of office of the SABC is coming to an end this coming Saturday. And therefore, that we have to take that into account. However, given the fact that the view of the members of the select committee is that we must postpone, I now wish to grant that we postpone the meeting. And I want to address myself now to the board of the SABC, which is led by its chair, Ubabu Bongosi Makatini, that we ask that we postpone, as you heard from the members quite clearly why we are postponing. It's because your political heads are not here. I therefore wish to say we apologize for the inconvenience on your part. This is not of our making as members of the select committee. The unavailability of the minister or the deputy minister makes it difficult for us to continue with the meeting as reasons are provided by our members. The meeting stands adjourned. Thank you very much, honorable members. We will communicate further as to what will happen from now hence. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.
Recording stopped.